Welcome back to PixelPulse. Grab your forks, spatulas, and maybe a stress ball because the rival challenge has arrived in the fall event 2025. But listen, it's not like the rival from previous events anymore. Remember back then when the rival showed up for exactly 24 hours, dropped 4 quests on your lap, and if you didn't finish them in time, they just vanished forever? This time the rival sticks around for a full 19 days. Each day you'll receive a new set of 2 to 3 quests, but the best part is they don't expire overnight. Just like the main quest line, you can take them at your own pace, as long as you clear everything before the 19 days are up. From beta to live, what changed? On the beta server, the rival challenge lasted for 16 days. 16 days, 16 quests. The pacing was super relaxed, easy tasks at the start, and only in the later days did the grind really show up. It was almost too gentle, like Inno was lulling us into a false sense of security. On the live servers though, things have been stretched to a full 19 days with 19 quests. That means 3 more days, 3 more quests, and of course 3 more rewards. But it's not just about extra length. The entire pacing has been rebalanced. The first days aren't so soft anymore. A few tougher quests show up early, so you can't just coast through the first week and save all your effort for the finale. The rival wants you active from day 1. Quest changes. Use extra moves is now limited to 1 single use. On beta you could get quests that asked for 2, but live servers capped it at 1. Probably after seeing too many players throw their keyboards out the window. Pop Desserts quests got a minor text cleanup. No more confusing phrases like "in the level." Now it's clearer what you're supposed to do. A brand new type of quest was added: collect X jars of the same color in a single move, because apparently someone at Inno thought our wrists weren't in enough pain already. And it's not only event tasks anymore. They slipped in 2 production quests and 1 battle-related quest that tie back to your city management, not just the puzzle. Reward adjustments. Naturally, with 3 new quests came 3 new rewards. Among them, 2 golden spoons added to 2 quests, 100 flour sacks added to another. Not exactly game-breaking, but it's extra resources, and every spoon or sack can be the difference between finishing a board or rage quitting it. Before we dive in, here's how the milestone rewards looked in the 16-day beta version. I'll show you the image on screen now. On live, the daily list and rewards were reshuffled. So instead of a strict day-by-day breakdown, we'll go through grouped examples of the quest types you can expect. As for rewards, they're drawn from a pool: forks, spatulas, wooden spoons, rolling pins, flour sacks, and sometimes even golden spoons. But the exact pairing between quest and reward isn't fixed anymore like it was on beta. Also important, whenever you see goods in a quest, keep in mind, the number and type depend entirely on your current age. Now let's break down the quest types. Battles and fighting. Win 5 battles without losing. Win 20 battles without losing. Defeat a very large army. The rival loves combat. At first he just asks for 5 victories without losses. A warm-up. Later he pushes it to 20 wins in a row and, who knows, maybe more. And eventually he wants you to crush a very large army. For fighter cities, this is fun. Puzzle. Colored jars and stars. Collect 4 to 11 jars. Green, white, red, orange. Required star ratings. 2 to 5 stars. Then there are the jar quests. The rival is obsessed with them. Collect 4 jars with 2 stars, fine. Collect 11 jars with 5 stars, not so easy. This is where RNG shows up. and you'll probably reset the board more times than you want to admit. These quests look simple but can turn into the most time-consuming ones. Puzzle plus City Mix. Collect 3 5 jars in a single move. Finish 1-hour productions, 10 to 20. Sometimes puzzle play isn't enough, so the rival throws in some city work. Big jar combos, while also babysitting your workshops for 1-hour productions. It's basically the perfect recipe for wrist pain and micromanagement. The smart play? Keep a few tiny workshops built just for this part of the event. Forge points. Buy 5-10 forge points. Contribute 400 or more forge points to great buildings. Another rival favorite, draining forge points. Buying 5 or 10 isn't bad, but throwing 400 FP into great buildings can sting, especially for smaller cities. For veterans with giant FP stockpiles, this is just another Tuesday. For newer players, it's a quest that can take a couple of days to clear. Luckily, quests no longer expire, so you can chip away at it. Goods, age dependent. Pay 200 to 600 goods. Number and type depend on your current age. And of course, goods quests. The rival always finds a way into your warehouse. In lower ages you'll pay small amounts, in higher ages it can jump to 600 advanced goods. And remember, the exact type always depends on the era you're in. These can hurt if you go in unprepared, so keeping a buffer of goods before the event is never a bad idea. Units from the previous age. Recruit 4 to 8 units from the previous age. The rival also loves to mess with your army. Sometimes he wants you to recruit 4 units, sometimes 8, and always from the previous age. If you still have an old barracks, that's the obvious route. But remember, any building that produces units from the previous era will also count. Event buildings, special barracks, or even leftover military structures can save you here. If you've cleared them out, then yes, you might end up rebuilding. But if you kept something behind, this quest becomes a freebie. Fall Cups, Grand Prize Progress. Collect 8 30 Fall Cups. Cup quests are straightforward but grindy. The rival asks for 8 cups, then 16, 20, even 30. It doesn't sound bad, but if the board doesn't spawn cups, you'll be staring at desserts for way too long. This is where patience and consistent play matter most. Final mixes. Use extra moves once, not twice like beta. Solve a very complex negotiation. And finally, what we call the final mixes. These are tasks that combine some of the trickier elements, like forcing you to buy an extra move and solving a very complex negotiation. Important note: these quest types are shown grouped into categories only as examples. Inno did not officially package them this way. They simply represent the kinds of tasks you may encounter throughout the entire rival challenges. Some are simple, others are grindy, and a few can slow you down if you're not prepared. Thanks for watching. The new rival challenge may be longer and less stressful, but it still throws plenty of tricky quests your way. If this guide helped, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the changes. See you in the next one.